Sometimes you may question what class to choose, but you don't always need to have a main in Overwatch. Here's a little guide on how to play as a filler. What is a filler exactly? Well, a filler is somebody that doesn't necessarily have a main or has multiple classes that they can efficiently play. Fillers often, fill in the blanks. If you need a healer, they can play a healer. If you need a second tank, they usually have 2 different tanks that they can play. I think what defines a healer is someone that at least has 2 heroes of every class that they can play. So, say for example, the most basic filler would be on offense, could play Genji and Soldier, could defend as Junkrat and Torbjorn, could heal as, let's say, Lucio and Mercy, and can tank as D.Va and Roadhog. You should have 2 of the same type or group of hero that you can be able to play, and you should pretty efficiently be able to fill in whatever your team needs. For example, if you have a McCree main, they are most likely going to pick McCree. But if you have a filler chooses whatever class that they are best at that fits what they need. So for example, a filler's not just going to pick Zenyatta even though they need a healer, but if they're bad at Zenyatta, then they shouldn't pick what they're bad at. They should have a couple pretty decent classes and at least 1 of each type that they can pretty well do. I don't think it is as mandatory to have a very good DPS and defense, but it is useful to have something to back up in case you have 2 healers and 2 tanks and not enough DPS or not enough defense. Good examples of this can be having 2 efficient healers that work together, such as Lucio and Zenyatta. Zenyatta can help 1 member of your team stay strong, such as a Roadhog, but a Lucio can group heal and help your entire team. This will assist you when you need to have multiple different ways to use the same class, but if somebody is not able to. I came across a map playing on Temple of Anubis where we came across a problem. We had too many DPS. We had 4 DPS, a tank, and a healer. Basically, we needed 2 healers. 2 tanks would be very great, but for a full team of DPS, we'd probably need a healer more. So, I asked somebody else if they could tank and I could heal. I went D.Va because I like D.Va. It's a pretty good tank. And somebody else says, I can tank, but the only one I can play is D.Va. While some D.Va mains, or whatever main of the class that I was playing, would have said, alright, it's fine, I'll just use what I'm good at, I said, I have a backup, so I switched to Reinhardt. So then that made somebody else switch to a healer, and then we had a pretty good team layout. We ended up winning that first round, but on the second round, we came across a problem. There were too many tanks this round. We had Narissa, a Reinhardt, and a D.Va. So instead, I went healer because we only had 1 healer. But I was asked a lot because I said I do like tanks mostly. Being a filler, I had a backup healer that wasn't the one being played. For example, my favorite healer is Moria. It's just my favorite healer. Moria was being played and we had 3 tanks. I can back up as Lucio, so I decided to pick Lucio. We ended up winning the second match because we coordinated well, and I got to fill in the blanks of what we needed. My recommendation for you is learn a couple classes that you don't know and find out what are the best ones, because I don't mean to offend those players, but if you're gonna play as like Doomfist or Sombra, it should probably be your main. It's not really good to fill in as a Widowmaker if you're average. Same goes for most snipers, Doomfist, Sombra, those kind of characters. But it's good to have some basic ones like Soldier, Lucio, Reinhardt and to have some diversity of what you can play. You can have mains. I am a Reinhardt main, but I don't have nearly as much time on Reinhardt as I do compared to my other friends that have mains. I have a friend who's a Reinhardt main that has quite a lot more time as Reinhardt than I do, but that's because I kind of play a filler role. So I usually play 5 different classes a day when I do competitive Overwatch. I usually play at least 1 tank, a healer or 2, and 1 DPS every day. It is nice to have some people that can back up and be amazing at one hero, but it really comes down to who is good at what and if they can play that. Because you can fill in as a healer, but if you're not as good as a healer and you have no experience with healers, then if nobody else wants to go healer, you're just stuck like that without a healer the entire game. So if you're questioning whether or not you want a main, I would say be a filler because it can really help. It is very useful to be a filler because you can help your team to be whatever it needs. Such as, usually you're going to be filling in as tanks and healers from experience, is what I found. And it's a very valuable asset to the team. But that is the video for today, and this is my guide on if you want to be a healer main, or not a healer main, a filler main. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.